Band clarinets. I am going to start giving you videos now just for you. I hope that's something that's going to help you stay motivated and also be challenged at the same time. And these videos hopefully will help you remember some really important things about playing the clarinet. Okay, so we're going to do what we see up here today. We're going to go work on going over the brakes. So that's on page 41. Back in those pages that have green all over them, accelerators, so you can turn to that while I'm talking. But then we're going to review our B flat scale, and which is really concert A flat. And then we're going to look at something fun, Manhattan Beach March. We're almost out of the red book. I'm so excited. And next year, the blue book is going to be a lot of fun. So let's get started with 132A on page 41. And you'll notice that it says RHD a lot. So what does that stand for? Right hand down. Okay, so it's really hard to know whether or not I am doing this in front of the video. I hope I am, but make sure your right hand is, they want you to be down. So you can depress the keys for now. As you get older or more experienced with this, you just feel the rings, but you want to keep your hand as close to the keys as possible, if not down for today on this exercise. Whenever you see it say RHD, which is pretty much the whole song, that's what you're going to be doing. And that's going to help you get over the break a lot quicker than kind of farming around for it. If this is too challenging today, and if you've been having problems going over the break, here are some things to do. The first thing you can do is play a low note, like a low F, where your pinky is right there, and then use the register key to pop the note up. Make sure you have a lot of air, and you keep your embouchure firm. Clara, if you're listening, remember to keep your E embouchure going. All of you, that's important. So, and you can do that with a bunch of notes and on the lower side, and then pop the register key. Okay, so once you are able to pop the note up, get a feel for what that's like on your embouchure and how you felt with that. Then, and another exercise you can do to try to practice going over the break, besides popping it up, is to go from A, this guy right here, and remember, you're going to invert your index finger. You're not going to use the pad of your finger, you're going to use the side of your finger because you want to roll. So you can practice going A to B, and that sounds like this. And if you're struggling at all with that one, go back to playing a low E, which is the same note as B is with the register key, and then practice going from A to that B over and over again. So that low E popping up sounds, and then you can practice going A to B after that. If you're struggling, it could be that your hand is in a different spot and you're trying to wrench it down every time you go up. So train your hands to stay as close to the keys as possible. All right, let's go to 132. What's your first note? You said C, you are correct. C to G. So they want you to practice some half notes first and then go a little bit faster. Again, keep your right hand as still as possible. Then after the quarter rest, you go to B, B to G, and then jump down to the next line after the quarter rest. D. What's the fingering for D? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then after the quarter rest, you go to C, back to C. All right, then you have a tricky ending. They're trying to see if you really got the C and the B together. All right, here we go from the beginning. You can practice this by yourself slowly. I'm going to take it about this fast. And then whenever you feel like you're ready to jump in with me, you can turn the YouTube channel back on here. 1, 2, ready, and... hopefully that will be helpful to you, and I would encourage you to practice that over and over again, because going over the break should be something that's easy, especially for next year, intermediate band. All right, let's review our scale, and we are going to need to have this memorized very soon. So if you haven't started practicing it memorized, let's start doing that soon. All right, here we go. One thing to remember is the E flat. So you have, so E flat is after the D, and all you do is you hit that side key and use the side of your finger past where your knuckle lines are and closest to that part of your hand, okay? And then going down, F to E flat, that's 3 fingers that need to go down at the same time. So you can do an exercise practicing E to F, E flat to F going up and down, and practice making that smooth. And starting slow and building up speed. So let's do the scale now. 1, 2, ready, and... Let's go to Manhattan Beach, and that's 139, so we're going to page 32. Okay, the reason why I chose this is it's going to help you practice the alternate F sharp fingering. So if you look at right under the word introduction, you'll see there's a little tiny asterisk, a little star under the F sharp there, and then you jump down to the little caret underneath the song, and it says use the alternate F sharp fingering. Okay, so if you don't know this one, it is in the back of your book, but it's like a thumb F, and then where we were just playing an E flat just a second ago, you're going to hit both keys on the bottom together, and that's the alternate F sharp. F sharp, if you're going to land on it for a long time, should always be played by the normal fingering, which is the front here. But the F sharp, that's the alternate fingering, is only to be used in somewhat quick passages, like when you're playing a chromatic scale up and down or something like this. The reason why you don't want to play it on a long note is because it's not a very in-tune note, and you don't want to be conflicting with your neighbors on their sounds. Okay, let's look at the sight reading things that we need to do before we start. What is the time signature? You have 2/4 time, 2 beats per measure. How loud or soft do we start? It says forte. Forte through the whole song. That's easy. It's a march. So what does that tell you about how to play the song? Should we play it separated or smoothly? Probably more separated and a little bouncy, so you can kind of let your tummy bounce every note and separate them like we just said. What key are we in? We are in concert E flat, or for clarinets, not concert, but F for clarinets, 1 flat. So your B's are all flats, so that means you're never going to go over the break in this song, so that's good. All right, and then you have a first ending and a second ending. So you'll see the introduction, and then you'll see the word theme. And you're going to go all the way to the first ending, go underneath that roof, and then repeat back to where? The theme, where the repeat sign is. And then you go all the way down, skip the first ending, and then go to the second ending. Okay? All right, let's get started. Maybe it's going to be too fast for you at first. You can hear me play it, then push pause, practice it a little bit, come back to it after you're ready to go. Here we go. Da 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 da. Okay, there's a tom T in there. Do you see that? Tom T ta ta. All right. Here we go with our alternates. 1, 2, ready, and. All right, the last note had an accent on it, so make sure you punch that a little. Okay, trivia question. Do you recognize the name of the composer? Hopefully you said, oh yeah, that's John Philip Sousa. We listened to that on the first or second week of our listening. So if you can't remember our listening that we did, you can go back. Sousa was famous for marches, and the United States uses a lot of them, especially during the holiday of 4th of July. So this one's actually really fast. So if you can work it up. Of course, I took the second ending. All right, I hope that was helpful and fun. Clarinets, let me know on the Teams page if you have any questions, or maybe there's something you'd like particular help with for the next time that I see you.